Okay, greetings class. We're going to start with course project 3G. Now you already know how to get your student file. If you forget, you just go to the website and you download it, download the student file. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over that. So you get the student file, you download it, you open up the student file by double clicking on the student file, and it asks us to save we're doing step 1. This is on page 270. Save the database as last name, first name. It tells us to take out that A0. So we've gone ahead and saved it. Next, it asks us to rename 2 tables in 1 query. As you can see, there is 2 queries, but those queries are both, it's just one single query that's pulling off of 2 tables. So I right click, I click rename, I press the home key, which puts me at the beginning. I rename 1 table. Second one. See how both of those queries changed when I renamed it? So right click, rename, home. Okay, so we've renamed the 2 tables. Next, it wants us to increase the navigation pane, right? The navigation pane's right here. We're just going to increase it so we can see the words there so that we're not guessing which one we're selecting. The next thing it wants us to do is to view the relationship that's established between the tables. So we click on Database Tools, we click on Relationships. We don't see anything, so we got to click on All Relationships. And what it's asking us to verify is that a publisher can publish many books. So we're going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see that a publisher can publish, one publisher can publish many books. So we have a one-to-many relationship. So that is okay. That's the relationship that we're looking for. We're going to click Close. It asks us to save it. We're going to click Yes. Our next step in this is to open up the 3G or interview book query and apply best fits. We're going to open this up. And to apply best fit, all we do is simply right click, field width, best fit. We're going to do that for each. Right click, field width, best fit. And it's just going to make it so that we're able to read the items within that column. Okay, from there it tells us to save the query, so we're going to close, save it. Now it's asking us to switch to query design. So we just simply right click, right, and we go to design view. So we right click on the query, not a table. We go to design view, and it just wants us to look at the query design. So in this case, we have publisher field, category field, title, author, amount, and we have some criteria in this field, right? That's what we did last week, right? So it's like res or like interview, like resume or like interview is what it's looking for. Okay, and once we examine it, we just can close it there. And we're going to move on to step 2. It's asking us to use our 3G career book table, to create a form. Okay, so now we've just created a form. Now it's asking us to save the form as last name, first name, 3G career book form. So we want to save it as last name, first name, 3G career book form. Okay. Now it asks us to switch to form view. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that form back up, and up here there's a view, right? And we just simply put that in form view, which it's in now, but we're going to, when we want to change our views, it's going to be up here in this view, right? Layout. But in this one, we're going to do form view, okay? It's asking us to add, using the form, add the new record shown on table 1 on page 270. So we're going to add a new record, which right down here below, I'm highlighting this new record. I just click it and I type in the new record. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type that in from page 270. I'm going to pause while I'm typing that in, and then I'll play it back once it's all typed in. Okay, class, I went ahead and typed in the fields of the new record that was on page 270. Here those are. And so when I'm going to close or save the record, it's already there. So we just simply close it. Don't be concerned if you don't see that save. We can open it back up and still verify that we have now 25 records, right? 25 records. That's that last record we put in there. So if you close it and you don't get that prompt to save, don't be concerned. It's saving it as you go. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do in step 3 is we're going to, so that was all for step 2. We're going to go to step 3, and it's asking us to first return to the first record. So we could simply return to the first record by down here, if we just highlight over the 25, put 1, press enter. So now we're at the first record. Okay, it's asking us to click in title ID, right, and find the T19 record. So there's a search down here. You can either click this 19 times to go to the next record, or you can click the search and T19. And so now that comes up, and it wants us to delete this record. Now you can see right here the delete is off, but we can delete that record. So make sure you're clicking that down arrow to delete the record. So we're just confirming that you want to delete record T19. And that is correct. The next steps in step 3 ask you to display record T25, right, which is now number 24. So T25, and it tells us to go ahead and do an electronic printout of this record, and that is not required. So you do not have to create a paper electronic printout of the record. You don't have to change the column size and print the dialog box or save it, because I could simply go into here into your database when you submit it to view that you've entered record 25 correctly. Remember, we deleted 1, so although it says T25, it's only the 24th record because we did delete it. Okay, so step 4 is to use the filter by form. To get that, make sure we're on the Home tab. You click on the Advanced, right? So we're clicked on that form, Home, Advanced, Filter by Form. And what it's asking us to do is a filter that displays records with the category of inventory strategies or resumes. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and toggle filter. It had our filtered search, but I refreshed it, or I cleared it. I'm going to do it again. Inventory strategies or our resumes. So we're going to go ahead and filter that. Clear all filters. Let's do it again. Filter by form, category, inventory strategies, or. And then when I click that target filter, there's going to be the filtered search that comes up. So what we need to do is we need to verify that we have 10 records. So you see how that just changed to 10, but we could also scroll through and verify that we have 10 records displaying off of our filtered search. And then we're going to toggle again. Now it's unfiltered. Now we have back our 24 records that we had before, right? So when we toggle filter it, we're in our filtered search of 1 and 10. Toggle filter again, we're unfiltered and back to where we were. Now we're going to save the changes to our form. Click, and our form is saved. Okay, we're on step 5. We're going to use Form Wizard to create a form from our 3G publishers table. So 3G publishers table, we're going to create a form using Form Wizard. So we click on Form Wizard. It wants us to do company name, rep last name, rep first name, job title, and phone number. So I'm just going to put them all over there. I'm going to take the publisher key and send it back out. So these are the selected fields that we need. I'm going to click next. It says to apply the columnar to the form. We're going to go ahead and make sure that the name of the form is correct. We're going to name that form. We're going to click finish. Okay, in step 6, it's asking us to go to the layout view, right? So we're going to go to layout view. It's asking us to apply the stacked layout to all the controls. So these are the controls, and we simply go to the format. Nope, I'm sorry, design. Again, arrange. Sorry about that. It's the arrange. So it's in this form layout tool. Sometimes I forget which ones do which, but there's the stacked layout, and you just simply click that. This right here is the stacked layout, so one on top of the other, meaning it's stacked. Sometimes when you click on a control and click stacked, it goes nuts, right, like that. So when it's already stacked like that, so it is okay if you have this view to leave it as such. You can also, in the, I think it's the, sorry about that. Anyway, that's just fine, this stacked view. So you don't have to click on each control and click that, because it will go out of control sometimes. Okay, so the next step in step 6 is to do the title, and we're wanting to give it 16 font. So you could click on the title, you can highlight it, and we're going to go to format, and we're going to go to 16, right? 16 font for that. And it asks us to use 16 font bold, right? So we're going to bold that. We're going to go ahead and bold that. And then it asks us to then change the color to dark teal text to darker 50%. So dark teal. Let's see. And so for this one, it basically tells you different access will have different orders. And in the book, it says the fourth column, the last one, right? So it's actually dark blue, lighter 50%. I'm trying to highlight that so that I can get it. Dark blue text, 50%, so that's okay. We're going to go ahead and click that. Sorry about that, folks. If you see, there's a little bit of a change, right? So in that case, I was doing the entire background and not the actual font itself. So to clear that mistake, I hit the back arrow until I got that font back, and I'm only changing this font that I want to be highlighted. So that's 16 font, and this is bold, and this is the dark blue, 50%. So that would be, again, fourth row, bottom one, but only with that highlighted font, okay? So I had the background filled out. You can go ahead and make that correction. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to save the design changes to the form. Just save it. Okay, we're going to open that back up. We're going to go back to the layout view, and I'm going to start my second video after this is uploaded. Thanks.